I walked into the kitchen that afternoon, the summer sun filtering through the blinds in our suburban Chicago home, expecting nothing more than a quiet snack while my sister was out at work. But there she was, Emily, my sister's girlfriend of 2 years, standing by the counter with a look in her eyes that sent a chill down my spine. Before I could say a word, she stepped forward, her voice trembling as she whispered, "I've been in love with you since the day we met, not her." And in that instant my world tilted on its axis. My name is Mia, 25, the younger sister who's always played it safe, graduated from Northwestern with a degree in psychology, landed a steady job as a counselor at a local clinic, and kept my personal life neatly compartmentalized. My older sister, Jamie, 30, is the bold one, the corporate lawyer who came out to our conservative parents 5 years ago, introducing Emily as her partner with a defiant smile. Emily Harper, 28, with her sharp wit, dark curls, and that infectious laugh, had become a fixture in our family gatherings, the one who bridged the awkward silences when Dad grumbled about traditional values, or Mom pretended everything was fine. That confession hung in the air like smoke, choking me. I backed away, my heart pounding. "What are you saying? Jamie's your girlfriend. This is insane." Emily's eyes welled up, but she didn't retreat. "I know it's wrong, Mia. But every time we're together laughing about stupid movies or debating politics, I feel it, this pull. Jamie's amazing, but she's not you." I fled to my room, slamming the door, my mind racing through the implications. Betraying Jamie? Our family was already fragile. Dad's heart attack last year had forced us to rally, but underlying tensions simmered. How could I even consider this? The next day, I avoided Emily like the plague. Jamie noticed, of course. At dinner, she eyed us both suspiciously. "What's up with you two? You look like you've seen a ghost." I forced a laugh, mumbling about work stress, but Emily shot me a pleading glance. Later, alone in the backyard, she cornered me again. "Please, Mia, just talk to me. I didn't mean to drop it like that." I snapped. "You think talking fixes this? You're with my sister." But as she explained how their relationship had grown stale, how she'd mistaken admiration for love at first, I felt a dangerous curiosity stir. Was I flattered? Intrigued? God, no, I couldn't be. That night, I lay awake, dissecting my own feelings. I'd dated guys in college, but nothing stuck. Was there something more to my admiration for Emily? The way her passion for social justice mirrored mine. Our late-night talks when Jamie was asleep. No, this was just confusion. I decided to confront Jamie subtly, test the waters. Over breakfast I asked, "How are things with Emily? You two seem distant lately." Jamie sighed, stirring her coffee. "Yeah, work's killing us both. But she's the one, Mia. I know it." Guilt twisted in my gut. If I told her, it would destroy everything. By week's end, the tension escalated. Emily texted me, "We need to resolve this. Meet me at the park." I went, against my better judgment. Sitting on a bench under the oaks, she poured out her soul, the internal war she'd waged for months, the fear of hurting Jamie, the undeniable spark she felt with me. "I can't keep pretending," she said. "But I won't act without you." My resolve cracked. "This could ruin us all," I whispered. Yet, in that moment, I didn't pull away when she took my hand. The touch sent electricity through me, awakening doubts I'd buried deep. Back home, Jamie announced a family barbecue for the weekend, Dad's idea, to keep things normal. Panic set in. How could I face them? Emily's confession had opened a Pandora's box of self-doubt. Was I straight? Bi? Or had I just never met someone like her? The pressure mounted as I imagined Dad's disapproval, Mom's tears. Society's gaze in our tight-knit neighborhood, where rainbow flags were rare. I confided in my best friend, Sarah, over coffee. "This is messed up," she said. "You have to tell Jamie before it blows up." But loyalty warred with this new terrifying attraction. The barbecue arrived like a storm cloud. Laughter echoed in the yard, burgers sizzling, but I felt like an imposter. Emily stole glances, Jamie oblivious. Then disaster. Dad pulled me aside. "You seem off, kiddo. Everything okay?" I nodded, but his words lingered, his old-school views on family loyalty. That night, after everyone left, Jamie confronted me. Spill it, Mia. You've been weird all week. I hesitated, then lied. Just personal stuff. But Emily, overhearing, looked betrayed. The web of deceit was tightening. As the days blurred, I found myself drawn to Emily despite myself. A stolen conversation here, a lingering look there. The internal conflict raged. Duty to family versus personal truth. One evening, walking the dog, I admitted to myself I felt something. But pursuing it meant betrayal. The choice loomed, heavy as lead. What price would I pay for honesty? Or for silence? The following week, the strain became unbearable. I started avoiding home, picking up extra shifts at the clinic, counseling others on their emotional turmoils while mine festered unchecked. Emily's texts piled up unread pleas for understanding, promises to back off if that's what I wanted. But ignoring her only amplified the chaos in my head. Jamie, sensing the rift but misattributing it, planned a sister's night to reconnect. We haven't talked in ages, she said, handing me a glass of wine on the couch. As we watched an old rom-com, her arm around my shoulder, guilt clawed at me. How could I sit here laughing when her world was about to crumble? That night after Jamie went to bed, Emily knocked on my door. I can't do this anymore, she whispered, slipping inside. Her eyes were red-rimmed, exhaustion etched on her face. We sat on the edge of my bed, the room lit only by the moon. If you don't feel the same, tell me now. I'll end things with Jamie cleanly, move out. My heart ached. It's not that simple. What about her? Our parents? Emily leaned closer. I know the cost. But living a lie is killing me. In a moment of weakness, I confessed. I think I feel it too. But acting on it, that's betrayal. We didn't touch, but the air crackled with unspoken possibility. The next morning, Jamie left for a business trip to New York, leaving Emily and me alone in the house for 3 days. It was a test I wasn't prepared for. We tiptoed around each other at first, polite strangers sharing space. But by evening, over takeout Chinese, conversation flowed naturally, our shared love for indie bands, debates on feminism. Laughter returned, easing the tension. See, Emily said softly. This is us. I nodded, but doubt lingered. What if this was just infatuation born of proximity? As the hours ticked by, the internal battle intensified. I journaled furiously, weighing pros and cons. Happiness versus family harmony, authenticity versus loyalty. Society's whispers echoed, dad's church friends judging, mom's bridge club gossiping. In America, progress had been made, but in our Midwest bubble, acceptance was conditional. I called Sarah again, voice breaking. I'm falling for her. What do I do? She paused. You have to choose. Your heart or your sister. The word stung, forcing me to confront the moral quagmire. On the second night, Emily cooked dinner pasta with homemade sauce, a peace offering. We ate on the patio, stars twinkling above. Tell me about your dreams, she said. I opened up about wanting to start a nonprofit for LGBTQ youth, something I'd never shared with Jamie. Emily's eyes lit up. That's incredible. You'd be amazing. The connection deepened, but so did the guilt. Later, as we washed dishes side by side, our hands brushed, and I didn't pull away. This feels right, she murmured. Panic surged. But it's wrong. I fled to my room, tears streaming. The third day dawned with resolve. I decided to end it whatever it was. Over coffee, I told Emily, we can't. Jamie deserves better. Her face crumpled. So do you. Hiding who you are. She trailed off, packing a bag. I'll stay with a friend until she returns. Watching her leave, a void opened inside me. Was this the right choice? Or cowardice? Jamie returned that evening, buzzing with trip stories. Missed you both, she exclaimed, hugging me. But her eyes narrowed at Emily's absence. Where is she? I lied again. Girls' night with friends. The deception tasted bitter. That night, Emily texted. I respect your decision. But think about what you're sacrificing. Sleep evaded me. Visions of a life unlived haunting my dreams. The facade cracked at a family dinner the next weekend. Mom had invited us over, her famous pot roast steaming on the table. Dad led grace, emphasizing family unity. Emily attended, composed but distant. Under the table, our knees brushed accidentally, sending jolts. Jamie chattered about work, oblivious. But Mom, ever perceptive, asked, "Everything all right, girls?" We nodded in unison, but the lie hung heavy. Afterward, in the driveway, Jamie pulled Emily aside for a kiss. Watching from the car, jealousy stabbed me unexpected, unwelcome. Driving home, silence reigned. "You two fighting?" I asked Jamie later. She sighed. "Something's off. She won't talk." Guilt compounded. My decision to stay silent was eroding everything. As weeks passed, Emily distanced herself from both of us. Jamie grew frustrated, arguments flaring. "What's wrong with her?" she'd rant. I feigned ignorance, but the pressure built. One explosive night, Jamie confronted Emily. "Are you cheating?" Emily denied it, but tears betrayed her. I intervened. "It's not that." But my voice wavered. The truth teetered on the edge. The confrontation escalated into a full-blown crisis. Jamie, pacing the living room, demanded answers. "If it's not cheating, what is it? You've been weird for months." Emily glanced at me, her eyes pleading for permission. I shook my head subtly. "No, not like this." "It's me," Emily finally said. "I'm unhappy." Jamie's face fell. "With us?" "Why?" Emily hesitated. "We've grown apart. I love you, but not in the way I should." Jamie turned to me, hurt flashing. "Did you know about this?" I mumbled, "Sort of." Betrayal etched her features. "And you didn't tell me?" That night, Jamie stormed out, crashing at a friend's. Emily and I were left in the wreckage. "We have to tell her the truth," Emily urged. "No," I countered. "It'll destroy her." But the moral weight crushed me. Was hiding the full story any better than the initial deception? In therapy the next day, my own session as a counselor turned patient, I unpacked it. "You're choosing family over self," my therapist noted. "But at what cost to your mental health?" Jamie returned the next morning, bags under her eyes. "We need to talk, all three of us." We sat at the kitchen table, tension thick as fog. Jamie started. "Emily, if you're unhappy, let's fix it. Counseling, whatever." Emily shook her head. "It's not fixable. My feelings, they've shifted." Jamie pressed. "To who?" Silence stretched. Then Emily whispered. "To Mia." Jamie's laugh was hollow. "What? That's ridiculous." But seeing our faces, realization dawned. "Oh God, you're serious." The explosion was inevitable. Jamie stood, chair scraping. "How long have you?" Emily assured. "Nothing physical. Just feelings." But Jamie rounded on me. "My own sister? You backstabbing dash." Words failed her. Tears streamed as she grabbed her keys. "I can't be here." She left, slamming the door. Emily reached for me, but I recoiled. "This is what I feared. We've ruined everything." In the aftermath, isolation set in. Jamie ignored my calls, blocking me on social media. Mom called, worried. "Jamie's at our place crying." "What happened?" I evaded, but Dad's voice boomed in the background. "Family doesn't do this." The societal judgment amplified. Dad's conservative circle would label us sinners. Mom's friends would whisper. My work suffered. Clients noticed my distraction. "Focus on your own healing," Sarah advised over lunch. But healing felt impossible. Emily moved out temporarily, staying with a cousin. We met secretly at cafes, navigating the fallout. "I regret nothing," she said one rainy afternoon. "Loving you is worth it." But doubt plagued me. Was it the price? A fractured family. Jamie's texts finally came, bitter accusations. "You stole her." "Happy now?" I replied with apologies, but she shut down. A month later, the family intervention arrived. Mom organized a talk at their house. We gathered in the living room, Dad stern, Mom teary, Jamie glaring, Emily beside me. Dad started. "This is unnatural. Against God's plan." Jamie interjected. "It's not about that, Dad. It's betrayal." Arguments flew. Morality, loyalty, love. I defended. Feelings aren't choices. But Jamie countered. Acting on them is. The room divided, old wounds reopening. Emily spoke up. I never meant to hurt anyone. But suppressing who I am, that's the real sin. Dad scoffed, but Mom softened. We love you all. But this tears us apart. The session ended in stalemate, everyone retreating to corners. Driving home with Emily, silence reigned. Was coming clean worth it? I asked. She squeezed my hand. For us? Yes. But the repercussions mounted. Jamie filed for a leave from work, spiraling into depression. I visited her at Mom's, begging forgiveness. How could you? She whispered. We were blood. Tears flowed. I didn't plan it. She hugged me briefly, a crack in the armor, but trust was shattered. Society's backlash hit next. Word spread in our community, gossip at the grocery store, stares at church. Dad lost a friend over it. People judge, he grumbled. The internal toll. My self-doubt grew. Was I the villain? The choices haunted me, nightmares of loss. As tensions simmered, a turning point loomed. Emily proposed. Let's build our own life. But guilt anchored me. The drama deepened, forcing confrontations with deeper truths. Months dragged on, the rift widening like a chasm. Jamie moved back in with our parents permanently, cutting ties with Emily completely and limiting contact with me to terse texts about logistics. I threw myself into work, starting that nonprofit Dream A support group for LGBTQ individuals facing family rejection. Ironically, it mirrored my life. Emily joined as a volunteer, our relationship budding cautiously amid the chaos. Stolen dates in the city, away from prying eyes, offered solace. But each kiss carried the weight of betrayal. Dad's health declined again, stress from the family scandal, as he called it. Hospital visits became routine, Mom pleading for reconciliation. For his sake, she'd say. During one vigil, Jamie and I sat in the waiting room, silence broken only by beeps. Finally she spoke. I miss my sister. Tears welled. I miss you too. But Emily. Jamie nodded. I get it now. It hurts, but love isn't logical. A fragile truce formed, but forgiveness? Elusive. Emily's own family weighed in, her liberal parents supportive, but aunts and uncles distant. Society expects monogamy, loyalty, her mom advised over Skype. The external pressures compounded internal ones. I questioned everything. Was our love real, or rebound? Therapy sessions delved deeper, moral dilemmas, ethical trade-offs. You've chosen authenticity, my therapist said. But authenticity has costs. A pivotal confrontation came at Thanksgiving. Mom insisted on a family meal, for tradition. We arrived, Emily included, at my insistence. Tension crackled. Dad blessed the food stiffly, avoiding eye contact. Over turkey, small talk faltered. Then Jamie raised a glass. To moving on. But Dad exploded. Moving on from what? This abomination. Words flew, homophobia clashing with pleas for understanding. Emily defended us. Love is love, Mr. Thompson. He stormed out. Mom followed, returning teary. He's scared of losing you all. The night ended in hugs and promises to try. But the damage lingered. Jamie pulled me aside. I'm dating someone new. It helps. Relief mixed with envy, she was healing faster. As winter set in, Emily and I faced our first real test. She got a job offer in Seattle, better pay, fresh start. Come with me, she urged. The choice. Uproot my life, leave family behind, or stay and rebuild. Internal conflict raged. What about Jamie? Dad. I fretted. Emily replied. We've paid enough. Time for us. But guilt whispered otherwise. I confided in Sarah. Moving feels like running. She countered. Staying feels like punishment. The decision loomed, a moral crossroads. Society's lens magnified it, lesbians disrupting families, the narrative twisted. In a heated argument with Jamie, truths emerged. You chose her over me, she accused. I chose myself. I retorted. For the first time. She paused. Maybe that's brave. The admission shifted something, reconciliation seed planted. Emily and I decided to stay, fight for acceptance. But Dad's ultimatum came. Choose family or her. The standoff forced awakenings. Mom mediated. We adapt or lose everything. Dad relented slightly, agreeing to therapy. The journey continued, pains accumulating. Emily's patience waned. How much more? I wondered the same. The drama's core. Sacrifices for love, ethics of desire. Spring brought tentative healing. Family therapy sessions began awkward at first, accusations flying. You broke our trust, Jamie said to Emily. I followed my heart, Emily replied. Dad grumbled about modern nonsense, but Mom's encouragement kept us going. Breakthroughs came slowly, Dad admitting fear of change, Jamie sharing her pain. I owned my role. I should have been honest sooner. Tears flowed, bonds mending inch by inch. But setbacks hit. At a community event, old friends snubbed us whispers of that lesbian drama. Society's stigma stung, reinforcing isolation. My nonprofit thrived ironically, helping others navigate similar storms. Emily and I grew closer. Our relationship a beacon amid turmoil. Yet, doubts persisted. Was the price too high? A major crisis erupted when Jamie's new girlfriend, Lisa, entered the picture. Supportive but wary, Lisa urged Jamie to fully forgive. At a double date, our attempt at normalcy, tensions simmered. How do I trust again? Jamie asked. Emily apologized sincerely. I hurt you deeply. I'm sorry. The evening ended in uneasy peace, but progress. Dad's awakening came unexpectedly. After a sermon on compassion, he called. Maybe I was wrong. We met for coffee, his voice halting. Seeing you happy. It's hard, but family first. Tears in his eyes, a hug sealed it. Mom beamed. We're evolving. Emily proposed cohabitation officially. Let's build our future. I agreed, but with caveats: family ties intact. Moving in together symbolized commitment, but the moral echoes lingered. Had we righted the wrongs? As summer approached, a betrayal from within shook us. Sarah, my confidant, confessed she'd gossiped unintentionally, fueling rumors. I was worried, she said. Hurt, I distanced. Trust is fragile. The incident mirrored our saga, highlighting hypocrisy. Reconciliation with Jamie deepened. We volunteered together at my nonprofit, bonding over shared purpose. I see why you fell for her, Jamie admitted one day. She's good for you. Laughter returned, scars fading. But the societal battle raged on. A local news story on LGBTQ rights featured us anonymously highlighting family divides. Backlash followed: online trolls, judgmental calls. Emily stood firm. We fight back. Our resolve strengthened, but exhaustion set in. In a quiet moment, I reflected. The choices, damages, awakenings. Love's cost measured in tears, but growth in resilience. The culmination arrived at our family's annual lake house retreat, a tradition teetering on collapse. We all attended, warily optimistic. Days filled with fishing, barbecues, board games. Laughter echoed, genuine this time. Dad and Emily bonded over grilling tips. Jamie and I swam, reminiscing childhood. Mom orchestrated peace, her strength the glue. Yet undercurrents swirled. One evening by the fire, truths surfaced. I forgive you, Jamie said to us both. It hurt, but I've grown. Emily hugged her. Thank you. Dad added gruffly. Me too. Takes guts to choose love. The moment healed, but not without reflection on the path. Back in Chicago, life normalized. Emily and I thrived cohabiting, planning trips. My nonprofit expanded. Jamie advanced at work. Parents adapted. But scars remained, reminders of the storm. In quiet nights, I pondered the ethics. Betrayal for bliss? The awakenings outweighed damages, but at what moral cost? Was it right to pursue a love that began in shadows, even if it led to light for all?